On August 30th, Leonor Fini was born. An artist who didn't just paint pictures, she painted freedom. She broke stereotypes, she challenged power. She ignored the rules society tried to put on women. She worked across everything: painting, book illustration, stage design, costumes, even perfume bottles. But more than that, she spoke openly about gender, sexuality, and control. She can easily stand next to Frida Kahlo, Tamara de Lempicka, and Dorothea Tanning. And still, she was completely her own force. Leonor was born in 1907. Her life started like a drama. Her mother, Malvina, escaped a toxic marriage and ran away with her daughter to Trieste. But Leonor's father tried to kidnap her. To protect her, her mother dressed her as a boy for years. Think about that. Growing up between identities, hiding, performing. It's not surprising that questions about men, women, and power later became central in her art. At 17, she left for Milan. Then she moved to Paris, right into the center of the avant-garde world. She never went to art school. She studied in museums. She read obsessively. She visited anatomical theaters. She taught herself everything. She was inspired by Jung, alchemy, esotericism, erotic literature. All of that shows up in her paintings. Mysterious, symbolic, psychological. She knew the Surrealists. She spent time around Pablo Picasso, Max Ernst, and Salvador Dali. But she never officially joined the movement. Why? Because Surrealism was dominated by men. Women were often muses, objects, not authors. Leonor refused that role. In that sense, she was close in spirit to Remedios Varo and Frida Kahlo, women who demanded their own space in art history. In Fini's paintings, women are not passive. They are powerful. They are sphinxes, queens, warriors. The men? Often quiet, sometimes vulnerable, sometimes secondary. She flipped the traditional gaze. And yes, critics were uncomfortable, but others were fascinated. One powerful example is her 1942 work, Nude, portrait of Nico Papatakis. Here, the woman is the creator, the subject, the one in control. It's a direct answer to centuries of male-dominated art history. And that conversation continues today with artists like Jenny Saville. Her personal life matched her art. She openly lived with two men at the same time, Stanislaw Lepri and Konstantin Jelensky. No excuses, no apologies. She lived on her terms. She was also photographed by her close friend Henri Cartier-Bresson. In one famous image, she appears nude, completely confident. That photograph later sold for a record price for Cartier-Bresson at the time. Like Tamara de Lempicka, she had a strong connection to fashion. She designed perfume bottles for Elsa Schiaparelli. She created masks and theatrical costumes. Her masks were in decoration. They were symbols of power and transformation. One owl mask she designed later inspired elements in the film adaptation of Story of O. In cinema, she worked on costume designs for 8½ by Federico Fellini, collaborating with Pietro Gherardi. She also worked on projects connected to John Huston. Even in commercial work, her style was unmistakable. Leonor Fini lived a long, intense life. She died in 1996. But she didn't just leave paintings behind. She left a philosophy. Her influence can be compared to Louise Bourgeois, another artist who explored the body, psychology, and female identity without fear. Today, when conversations about gender and power are louder than ever, Fini feels almost prophetic. She was ahead of her time. And maybe that's why her work still feels modern. In her art, we don't just see the 20th century. We see a vision of a future where identity is fluid, power is questioned, and everyone is free to define themselves. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a sponsor to support what we do. And visit alibrio.co, a space where artists, collectors, and creators connect, exhibit, and grow together.